Hello there! My name is Tristan Piers, owner of an online rare plant shop called Tristanical. You should check it out when you're done with this video, please. I'm just going to be talking about some of my favorite plants for the month of March 2022. Now, these are only my favorite. Okay. I have to be that parent that says I don't have a favorite, but listen. So every time I go through my plant room, I have like these routines I go through, and sometimes I just see one and I'm like, okay, I see you. You looking cute. You looking like a material girl. That's how I ended up with, I think, 5. Yes, I can count correctly. I have 5. I just want to show you today, just in case you've never seen them before. You might be interested in them. Honestly, I'm just going to start grabbing stuff and talking about it. So the first one that I thought was looking cute is this. Let me take the tag out. It's a Philodendron Squamacale. I don't still know how to say it. I don't know how to say most things, honestly. Name on the screen like you do. But this one was finally starting to look real cute. Oh, it focused on it. I was having a really hard time with these. These are one of the ones that did not do very good at all when I imported them. But let me try to get a good angle to show you. These have a lot of fur on the stems. Do you see this? Stop focusing on my face. I'm not here. Pretend I'm not here. Camera, I'm not here. It's very difficult, but yes. So it has fur on the stems, on the petiole, and then it has like this red veining-ish, reddish veining that goes up the back of the leaf. I really have to cover up my face for this. Okay. Anyway, this exact plant is for sale on my shop, so I wanted to show it to you before it goes away. Now, I do want to talk about, I'm not going to really be able to show you. The fur itself is a very like electric green, and then the stem is red. You'll just have to probably Google it to get a really good idea of that, but the red on the stem is the reason why the back of the leaves also have some red veining on them. I can try to show you. Can you see it if I hide my face? Now, I will also say that this one isn't having a hard time with spider mites. I have learned, have I learned. Some plants just like with spider mites, and other ones I have never seen a spider mite on them. This one's the one where sometimes I've seen them on the leaves, but they don't get into the fur, which I was honestly surprised about because I thought it was just gonna be a little habitat for them. Not so bad, actually. Now, the second one is a begonia. I didn't even know it was a begonia at first. This one was, I took a cutting from my grandma. I've never had one before, but I don't know what has gone on. My growing conditions for this, do you see how big these leaves are? This is insane. What I really like about this is look at the back. This is crazy. I've never fertilized this. It clearly needs water. It's kind of growing like, oh, it really is. It's kind of growing like my Philodendron pastizanum, where it's like crawling through the pot, and I see little roots sticking out of the bottom. Now, I don't even know what kind of begonia this is, so if you know, please let me know. I'm not a begonia person. I've never really seen one that I'm like, yeah, I really want that. But the red, I mean, you're joking. Evidently begonias are cool. I had no idea. Get back in there, Stanley. Okay, this next one is a Syngonium, and I'm selling these on my shop because I have just propagated a few of them and I really like them. Honestly, I was having a hard time growing mine in any condition other than in the plant room under the lights. So I know they're not as, what would you say, versatile for the indoor growing conditions as others. This one evidently needs a lot more light than I really thought it did, but I will show you up close. There we go. It's actually gonna focus. The leaves are green and they have a little bit of like the white frosted kind of coloration in them. And the way it grows is kind of interesting to me because the leaves are very much overlapping each other as it grows up. And that's not something that my other Syngoniums do, which I'm assuming is because the leaf shape is obviously more like triangulated on the other ones. And this one is very much heart-shaped. And I can see there's a lot of aerial roots coming out of it, growing into the soil, which I'm assuming is why the leaves are getting so large. It's just having a grand old time. It's a very vigorous grower. It's loving its life in the plant room. And that's that. The next one I wanted to show you is one of my vigorous growing Philodendron Florida Ghost. Now, I actually only have 2 that are this big. Hello. A lot of the other ones just aren't growing as fast. This one has aerials that are coming out of the pot. I try to make it a habit to poke them back in, but this has been doing so well in the grow room. This leaf is such a white color. It's gonna like oversaturate the screen. And all these are very lime green. They're not fading down to a dark color really at all. They're all very pale, and I love that. I also love how red the petiole is on the most recent leaf and how it goes into the back here. I don't think I'm gonna sell this because once you get all the leaves folded up, it's just gonna be too tall for the boxes that I have. So I think this might become the mother plant, which I think would be the smart thing to do because I should be saving the most vigorous ones for my propagations, just because you can really tell when you get a batch of plants how some of them are just not as vigorous growers, even though they came in at the same time. And I think that says a lot about the plant, and I should be paying more attention to that. The final one that I wanted to show you is the least variegated. I'll disclose that. Least variegated and best looking. And we all watched Magic School Bus, you guys. We know how chlorophyll and photosynthesis and all that works. So obviously the least variegated version of the plant would grow the fastest. This is the Alocasia Microrizavaragata, the one that I've talked about, saying that I imported it. This is in my way. Can you just simply go somewhere else? Maybe like that. So these I imported, I actually dated it. So January 15th is when I potted these from the imports. They sat in water for a couple days. It lost all the leaves that it imported with and is already like this. None of them have gone into shock. One of them is extremely variegated and is a third of the size of this one, even though they all came in the same size. I'm assuming, obviously, just because of how much energy the leaves are getting, but I am very happy with this import. The seller that I ordered this from is the same one that I got the Florida Ghost from, and I can just really tell that, I don't know if it's the quality of the plants that that seller's having or the way that they are prepping them for export. Whatever they're doing, I'm not having issues with their plants, so I'm gonna keep using them as my supplier. But yes, Alocasia Microrizavaragata, these are for sale. Well, not for sale. I'm selling them on the shop right now. I only have 4 of them that I'm selling. The little one that's super variegated I'm gonna keep for myself because it's not big enough to sell, and I wanna see like how incredibly white that one's going to get. I think it's gonna be too variegated for its own good. We'll have to see with that. And that's all I had for you in this video. Just wanted to go over these ones that caught my eye for the month of March. I obviously have so many plants, and do not go yet. I want to announce when I'm done recording this sit down video, I'm putting these plants away, and my house is somewhat clean enough that I'm going to be doing like a plant tour. So I'm going to be walking around showing you my hoard of plants, which isn't going to be the prettiest because a lot of these are meant to live outside as like summer, winter, hybrid, indoor, outdoor, whatever you want to call it, plants. So it's not going to be the best. So this will be like the winter house tour. And then once I get my balcony set up for the summertime, we can probably go through it again so you can see what my intentions are with my collection, because I have a great balcony for just like making a jungle. Right now it's very dead. There's a sad looking grapefruit tree out there and a tiny little palm tree that's upset about the weather. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Why am I doing this? It's like a spider on a mirror. I'm gonna see you in the plant tour video coming to you next week. I don't know what days I'm posting anymore, so just like turn on the bell notification icon-y thing so you'll just get a notification when I post. Or follow me on Instagram, Tristan Piers, and I'll be announcing on my story when I post a YouTube video. Have an amazing day, go prosper, and I'll see you next time. Okay, goodbye.